before, is it one-man business? You see, the truth is one. Okay, let me just ask one stupid question. If it isn't commercialized, where is the money going? If the government can control a parastatus and we are saying it's not working, is it an individual that will control it and it work? What about NEPA? Is it working? What about what we call it, Nigerian insurance? What we call it? This all this LNG that have been privatized. Are they working? Are they to the favor of the citizen? The most important thing is for us to look inward. If the NNPC will agree to go by the rules, whatever they generate in a year, they should set aside certain amount to repair all the refineries we have in Nigeria. Once those refineries are functioning, I don't think there is any need for refinery to be whether privatized or not privatized. Those that have been privatized, are we making a gain of it today? No. We are not. You and me, no, we are paying NEPA through the nose. We are paying for the light we consume. Whether you have light, you don't have light, you pay. And this is going into individual pocket because it is not government that is taking all the money. If it is government, at least we will feel it. Then other areas that have been privatized, all the hotels, Nikon, Hilton, all this and that, where are we making any gain from it? It is individual. And for God's sake, we should stop deceiving ourselves. No any country that will privatize something that is giving its own citizen the best. And this is the only live wire that we have to generate revenue for the country. Then you say you are giving it to an individual. Okay, I would like to buy if you are privatizing. I too like to buy. Privatize it to me and I will still return it back to government. We can, I don't understand. You see, the problem is we should be focused. Let us deal. We're supposed to have what we call line of action. If I'm coming into Nigeria and I say, okay, this year this is what I will do, this year this is what I will do, this year this is what I will do. By the time I finish from this, then I go into this. All our property, everything we have in Nigeria is not functioning. Then we say we are privatizing. I don't know. My major point is we should tell ourselves the truth.
What they've done is not privatization, it's commercialization. You understand? But even then, I have issues with that. That's my personal opinion. I have issues with that. The issue I have is that what were the criteria used in picking members of the board? How did they constitute members of the board? If we take a look at the lopsided appointment today in all facets of government establishment, if we take that as a reference point, then it's most likely, I'm not exerting, but most likely, it could also be that same thing has been applied there. If that is the case, then what is the guarantee that NNPC will actually deliver? Because the essence of it is for NNPC to deliver. Now, like APC, when they had their primaries and came up with their flag bearer, they said they made Nigerians to believe that the basis for picking the flag bearers only made was purely on competence, so to say. By saying that, they assert that in the whole of the North, in the whole of the 19 states in the North, there is no competent Christians. Now, if that is the mindset, which of course I stand to be corrected, if that is the mindset, it could also mean that even in the constituting the board members of NNPC, they might also say that there is no competent Christian in the North. In the South, they may not be able to entirely rule it out because we must participate. But what about the Christians in the North? So my reservation on that is, yes, commercialization is good if they will deliver. But if it is still based on their lopsided appointment that they are making, then it means NNPC is doomed. And if NNPC is doomed, God is the only one that can save us. That's
the new NNPC, and by men looking at it, for me, it's a welcome development. But then cushions must follow. It's not something that has just come with a force. That must be mechanism, palliative ways, because many people are involved in it now and where it is now. That government itself should look into it. It's a welcome development, that's the truth. But they should look into it so that people will not have much pace over it. Because in a situation like this, there will be pace, there will be gain. The gain may be much better later in future, but then the pace immediately may be more, maybe too over, and may be dangerous as well. Well, I believe so, but then in the other way around, I believe it will drastically put a measure on issue of first caste, because now if it happens like that, everyone can sell in different prices. Like if for example, when the telecommunication came to Nigeria, that is years back, about 19 or 20 years back, like MTN, Glo, and all those things, I could remember I made call 100 naira. That is a minute call 100 naira. At times above 100 naira. At times when you pay, as you just got it. But now look at the issue of the tele sector now. That's what like a mobile phones, all those things, network, all those. When you see now, you see the way we are now, nobody believed that it can be to that aspect. And at least some common people are having phones today. They can make calls at their own comfortable and what I call it, on their average of their income. You can make it. I get it. So this development, I believe, if it's not that they just say it by mouth, they have to put drastic measures on it. It will work, because I believe that the people are having it now. Look at refineries are not working. If they can do that and refineries are working, there's no need of you exporting crude and now importing. Well, it doesn't make sense. I get it. It doesn't make sense. So if they can do that, and at the end of the day, and the people that are now into it, and I think that they say government will still controlling them and monitoring them, fine and good, it will make sense.
When you commercialize something, that is, you give it to a private individual, it will not reflect the national unity. The person that bought the NNPC is going to benefit and put his people there. It is government that's supposed to handle the NNPC. It's national cake. It must be handled by the federal government, because if we commercialize it, the person that commercialize it, the money is going to his pocket, because it will not reach. This is what other president candidate of this thing said the other time, and people are going against it. That he said he want to commercialize NNPC. It is not good to commercialize it.